Hi, Bill from CJ's here with Sean from Gibson Performance Exhaust. Now, Gibson's been in the exhaust game for a long time, but they're relatively new here at CJ's. Sean, tell us about the company and tell us about the system you brought with you to install on our 2015 Mustang GT.
Well, how's it going, guys? Again, Sean Gibson, Gibson Exhaust. We've been manufacturing exhaust for over 27 years. I mean, we're enthusiasts of our products. We spend a lot of time playing with our toys out in the desert, at the track, and when the new 2015 Mustang came out, we knew we had to have our hands on it. We knew there's a lot of room to grow and a lot of room for improvement too. That's why we introduced this system right here.
Okay, tell us about this. What makes this system special? What's it going to fit?
Well, anybody that's driven a Mustang with a stock exhaust knows it needs a voice, right? So we spent a lot of time making sure we gave this thing the proper voice. We wanted it to have some personality. We wanted, when you step on it, people knew you bought that GT with that 5.0, and you took the Mustang game and the power serious. So we started off with a 3-inch X pipe. We moved this X pipe really forward close to the cats because we wanted to capture that exhaust as it's coming out of those cats as fast as it possibly can. We want it to collide, we want it to speed up, and we want to actually get that stuff to tumble into some of our mufflers to do two things. We want to manage interior drone, but at an idle, we want this thing to just growl, per se.
So it's going to have that tone, not even when you're not even on it.
Just exactly. I mean, for like when you're at the car shows cruising around, you want it to sound kind of mean, you want it to sound like a V8, you want it to have a good tone. The beauty of this thing is when you're cruising, there's very minimal drone, but when you step on it, I mean, when you're getting on the freeway to pass that semi truck, you want to get in front of it because you don't want to get behind and get rock chips on it. I mean, that semi's going to know you put your foot down to the ground and you're taking off. And the additional 30 horsepower this thing creates to the ground is definitely going to help you get past that.
Tell me about the materials. What's the finish on this system?
Well, this particular one right here is a stainless steel system. It's a 400 grade stainless steel and it's 16 gauge with a black ceramic coated finish on the rear portion of the exhaust. You've got 4.5-inch double walled stainless 304 tips that are also ceramic coated. This system is guaranteed for life against anything on it.
One of the things I like about Gibson, you guys make everything, right? This is all in-house, all USA made.
Everything is 100% made in the USA. We built it in Southern California, including our tips, our hangers, mufflers, everything is. I mean, we put our last name on everything we build, and we can only feel comfortable standing behind the products we can make inside our manufacturing plant.
With the larger pipes on this, what about convertible fitment? I know a lot of people are going to ask, hey, will it fit my convertible as well?
The convertible, unfortunately, had some differences in it than the regular Fastback, but we do have a system available for the convertible that'll fit, from 15 to 17.
Okay, and the same thing available in the black finish. You have a polished tip version as well.
It's the same exact thing, just different configurations, a little more tight to get up around some of the frame supports and stuff, but yes, we do have it for the convertible as well.
Let's get started with the install. For this installation, they lift or a jack and jack stands, 3/8 ratchet, 13mm socket, 15mm socket, 9/16 socket, and a 9/16 wrench. Now our GT had an aftermarket exhaust on it, so we already removed that. There's plenty of instructions on how to do that. Then Sean's going to take us through how to install our Gibson exhaust.
How's it going, guys? All right, well, first things first, we're going to grab our X pipe and make sure you go grab those instruction manuals at the top drawer. I know that's where they seem to always fall, is the top drawer of your toolbox. Make sure you look at them, take out all your parts, lay it out on the ground, and compare it to our instruction manual to make sure you've received all the correct parts. I mean, we do our best to make sure you're going to get everything you need, make sure the parts are going to fit. We are human, sometimes we make mistakes, so please double check before you start tearing everything down that you have all the right parts, all your part numbers match up.
And the nice thing with your system I saw is literally it's 3 pieces. 2 clamps and 3 pieces. So there's not a lot of different pieces you got to worry about lining up or anything like that.
There is not a whole bunch of work to get this thing sounding right and performing right. I mean, yeah, it's really slipped together. We're gonna, show you a little bit of a cheat way to put it on. We're gonna slip it all together on the ground, make sure everything does fit, make sure we have all the right parts, but we're gonna then literally just throw it up on there, tighten it all down, check for clearances, make sure it comes out, the cutout's perfect, and we'll have this thing fired up in no time.
Sounds good. Excellent.
All right, so let's take these muffler assemblies, slide them together. Once they've slid together, I'm gonna have you, with a big arm spread, grab the rear end, and I'm gonna guide this ship up in here.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, so before we throw this thing up there, when you removed your factory system, you'd probably pulled these, I guess we'll call these the mid to front rear hangers. You're gonna slide them on our hangers, which all of our hangers are gonna utilize the factory OEM connections. So there's no need to, if you remove them for the install, make sure you put them back in because our exhaust is gonna go right back into them. So we're gonna slide these back into place, make sure the hooks are facing forward, otherwise you'll be taking them back off and be doing things twice. So now that we got that on there, let's grab the rear muffler assembly and let's throw it on up in there. All right guys, let's get this thing up. Take those rear hangers, slide them back in there. Let me know when you guys got them in. All in. Okay. Now we're going to slide this thing. Oh, let's see, let's take this. Take this one, get this clamp on there. So now everything is good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide this thing back and put it into position. You wanna make sure you have good clearance off this rear diff. So as we tighten it, guys, we're gonna put a little bit of tension on it. Just kind of hold things in place. So you can see right here, it's a little close, but we haven't tightened anything up. So you can see there's movement still in this part. So what we want to do is make sure when we tighten this thing up, it's going to pull it the right direction and make sure we don't go the opposite way. Create some tension on the system, excuse me. Make sure it doesn't go the other direction. Let's get this clamp up on here. Spin this thing up. I can at least grab this bottom one for right now, get it on there. This thing's locked in there. It's going nowhere now. Other than that, guys, you double check all your fitments, everything. The next thing you get to do is start it up. All right, guys, here's that sound you've been waiting for.
Hey, Sean, the Gibson is what you said it would be, man. It sounds really good, that nice deep tone at idle, but as you get on it, the sound definitely changes.
Yeah, right on, guys. I mean, if you're looking for an American-made product, a good fitting system, and something that sounds like that, you need to check out Gibson Exhaust. I mean, we'll stand behind it. We put our last name on all the parts that we make. If you ever have any problems, any questions, any concerns, anything you like or dislike about it, please call us at the shop. You know, reach out to us at 1-800-528-3044. We've got your back. We've got your back, guys. Thanks for your time, but this is the Gibson.
The installation is, as you saw, pretty straightforward. Probably no more than half hour, 40 minutes. Be back on the road in no time.